Because that's who I am. I'm Apocalypse, making the X-Men the most powerful. Why? Because you're not my enemy, Zeus is. We're in the same fucking prison. Last time I looked, we had the same chains. That's what we're talking about every fucking day. Yeah. Right? We had the same fucking demons. You didn't put it in me, I didn't put it in you. They activated each other, but I bet you I know someone who did. Right? They're in our mythology. We don't see them anymore. They came, they did the fucking damage, and they took off. Or some of them got trapped. That's what I believe too. I know that from L. Ron Hubbard. He said some of those gods in ancient Greece, he goes, paraphrase, they fucked around too much with mortal energy, and they're actually here. So I've been looking for the gods. Right? I also know another story on our timeline, which these are my truths, okay? And now they're very real. That of the different races, this is as close to my core as I can get, just so you know, of my knowingness. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. There's been many different races that have come to Earth and done things. Mm-hmm. Scientists, warriors, whatever the fuck we would be, right? Some team, a very high-class team, very high-level team, that had something to do with this man named L. Ron Hubbard and whoever, that's his body in this life, right? Mm-hmm. The energy of that, okay? The Buddha, same vibration, okay? His team, somewhere, some of them crashed, just like we see UFOs crash. And some of them got taken over. It's part of the mission of those people to find those people and rescue them and give them that tech sneakily and tell them, okay, we sneak into the prison, here, go back, you guys build a weapon. Go back into the prison, sneak it in, build a prison. Okay, why? Because some of us have crash landed and have been taken just like the aliens, but we're not bodies. So when our alien bodies died, our souls were sent to Saturn. That's what Satan is for. That's the word. That's that prison, is Saturn. That's why he's Kronos. That's why he's in astrology, he's that stern one, and he is that why. He's the ruler. Saturn is the ruler. Our souls shot into Saturn through the moon, back into a body, all erased with human information and all these entities put inside our bodies. Now you and I are still here with old information. Okay, wisdom in our bones and our DNA somewhere, and we see it in dreams or visions, and just like us, there's others who've been comic book it. Another one poets it. Another one makes a movie out of it, right? But look for it, because it's in the creation that man transcends himself. Wherever you see that, that's the soul of the God talking. He goes into the unknown and he comes back with information that when you observe it or read it or look at it, you become a God. That's the soul of this thing, right? That's the code that's in you that makes you stronger. And every time you try to do that, you were shut down. That's how I know it's a prison, for sure, for myself. Every time you express this. So I've got a language that can go out there and beat them easily. Stolen the secret of the gods. Now let's see what happens. Now we become the gods, right? The unforgiven. These are all the songs. We go from the unforgiven to wherever I may roam, to sad but true, to fucking all the songs that I've tapped into Metallica. The Metallica energy was the rebellion. Let's go get these motherfuckers. That's why it's right here. I'll take my time anywhere, free to speak my mind anywhere, and I'll redefine anywhere. That's context. Anywhere I roam, where I lay my head is home. This is my home now, bitch. Zeus, step the fuck down. We're taking over Olympus. Why? We're staying here for a little bit. You guys can use the rooms. Everybody go grab your quarters and fuck Aphrodite while you're at it. She's a whore. Just so you know, I had her though. But I'm going for her or some shit. All right, back to you.
Yes,
nice.
Sir, it is very synchronous, because I was just talking with, I think it was Angel, about the keys to the Matrix, the old Messengers training. Mm-hmm. And, you know, kind of when I'm going through all these words that you go through in that training, like 40, 50 words, and their roots, their etymologies, their kind of how they group together.
I kind of went over it right now.
Family,
yeah.
So you had like these 5 or 6 different families of words that you go through about dealing with water and the moon and horses and all these things that code the language of English and kind of cloak this whole reality behind the language, that because of, you know, misnaming things and double meanings and all these things, and it's like you weave together this whole story of the Matrix or a perspective of it with the words. And then at the end, and I'm telling Angel, I'm like, it basically gets to this part about, you know, ETs, aliens, and it was amazing about, because it was before we got to cosmic disclosure era, but AZD's already saying shit.
That's
like,
true. It was before then.
You know, and I didn't go as hardcore into it as you just said, because it's like, this is going to sound absurd. If I
like a planet is a planet ET, extraterrestrial. That's what was one of the words. I went through the whole cosmology of the planets, Satan, all that shit, right?
That is where you first showed us the hexagon on
Saturn.
That's where,
You can look up Saturn right now, and there's a hexagon on there.
A hex.
There's an actual, by telescope, there's a fucking, you know, nature doesn't build shit like this?
Bro, it's enormous. And
it's like bigger than Earth times a trillion.
Just don't talk about it. Like, what is that?
Hey, no problem. Let's fucking talk about some asteroid, but not that the fact there's a hexagon on Saturn.
Yeah.
And then there's these rings that are stones, but they're rings. Okay? If you take a hammer and you hit something, boom, it goes like this. Saturn is where it's broadcasting from. All the moons are like satellites, just like we have.
They're called satellites.
Exactly. It's in the Word. It's in the Word.